So I think a pretty likely game for the Switch 2 will be Pokémon Tournament 2. So Pokémon Tournament was a pretty successful game on the Wii U. And then they released a Switch port of the game. And the Switch port, I think, was pretty successful. But I think a Pokémon Tournament 2, I think, is a pretty likely game. I think the reason I didn't release one for the Switch is because of the first one. As well, they didn't know if the first one would be successful. But currently, we have a Pokémon Tournament 2 returning roster. We have returning characters including Salazar, Pikachu, Woodstorm, Pikachu, Mewtwo, Scizor, Gengar, Machop, Lucario, Blaziken, Mewtwo, and Decidueye. Oh yeah, Blaziken's the one of the whole controversial review of Pokémon Tournament for the Wii U. We have new Pokemon being added. We have Torterra, Annihilate, Snorlax, Berserker, Ludicolo, Ursaluda, Bloodmoon, Azeraora, and Golurk. Again, not much representation for the newer generation of Pokemon games. As well, we only have Annihilate and Berserker, and also Ursaluda, Bloodmoon, and Zeraora as more representatives for the newer games, but also have a bunch of more fan favorite game characters being added as well for this game. Of course, definitely take this week of a grain of salt, obviously, as Nintendo and the Pokemon Company has not really confirmed anything related to Pokemon Tournament 2. But again, Pokemon spin-offs have kind of disappeared over in the Switch era in favor of mobile games. But I do want a lot of the spin-off series to return, like Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which again, unfortunately, will need a new developer as, Spike Sunsoft is now owned by the Sackles of Sony, and of course, Pokemon Tournament as well, So yeah, I think that Pokemon spin-offs will definitely return, especially high-quality Pokemon spin-offs, and also, with Pokemon Ranger, they could definitely make Pokemon Ranger either using the touchscreen or with motion controls. I'm surprised they have not made another Pokemon Ranger. I know Pokemon Ranger was a tech demo for the DS, but it's still bad to get two sequels. And I do think Pokemon Ranger should return in the Switch 2 era, as well. But I don't think that's pretty likely. But again, they could definitely use the Switch touchscreen, obviously, as well. Like with Mario Maker, as well. It comes with a stylus in game bundled in with the game as well. And also, you can also use motion controls, which I know a lot of people are not really fans of motion controls, not myself either, but you can definitely use motion controls as well. But if you want to play without motion controls, you can still play it on the gamepad, or you can just toggle the motion controls off and play without motion controls, but it'll be pretty much more difficult to play without motion controls. But you can definitely use motion controls, like if you battle a Pokemon in the screen as well, in the capture Pokemon screen, we have to capture the Pokemon. You can definitely use motion controls to use draw circles around the Pokemon to capture the Pokemon as well. Same with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I think there's still tons of potential. I do think there will probably be dex cuts for the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, and also Pokemon Tournament as well. And heck, if they really want to bring back Pokepark, but I think that's pretty unlikely at this point. And a lot of the other Pokemon spin-offs have been basically moved to Pokemon Mobile. And heck, we can even see more different types of Pokemon spin-offs as well. Goodbye.